The Galactic Council chamber floated above the twin suns of Orovon, glowing like a jewel in the endless dark of space. Thousands of alien delegates filled the grand hall, whispering and arguing about trade, planets, and politics. Everything seemed normal, until the lights flickered. A sharp alarm echoed through the chamber. The massive holographic screen at the center came alive with red symbols flashing rapidly. A communication officer shouted, "Emergency alert! Unknown ship detected in the restricted zone." Instant silence. Even the air seemed to freeze. The Supreme Chancellor rose from his golden seat, his voice shaking slightly. "Show the image." The hologram shifted, revealing a giant warship moving slowly through the void. It was dark, triangular, and glowing with blue energy veins across its metal body. The sight made several delegates gasp in fear. "Can you identify it?" the Chancellor asked. The officer hesitated. "It's human, sir." The hall erupted in panic. The word human had not been spoken in years. Everyone remembered the stories, how humans fought like demons, how their ships burned entire fleets. But how? One alien shouted. "Humans were gone from this part of the galaxy." No one had an answer. The image zoomed closer. The human warship drifted silently, alone, as if searching for something. No transmissions, no beacons, only silence. "Is it attacking?" "Not yet," the officer replied. "But it's heading directly toward us." The Supreme Chancellor's eyes widened. He whispered, "Prepare the fleet, and find out why a human warship has crossed the line." Outside, in the cold void, the human ship continued to move, its engines glowing brighter, its presence like a silent storm approaching the heart of the galaxy. The galactic fleet moved quickly. Dozens of alien warships surrounded the restricted zone, their weapons glowing and shields raised. Every captain waited for orders, staring at the silent human warship drifting in the darkness. No one dared to make the first move. From the command bridge of the lead alien cruiser, Admiral Rin watched the human ship on his screen. It was massive, bigger than any vessel he had ever seen. Strange blue lines pulsed along its hull like veins carrying energy. "Try to scan it," Rin ordered. The technician's hands shook. "Sir, scanners can't read it. It's blocking everything, like the ship is alive." Rin frowned. "Alive?" "Yes, Admiral. The ship is generating a heartbeat signal. Every 7 seconds, the sound echoed softly through the bridge. Thump, thump, thump. Inside the council chamber, the delegates watched the live feed in silence. Fear spread like fire. Every race remembered how dangerous humans could be. The Chancellor clenched his fists. "Open communication channels. Tell them to identify themselves." They tried, but the human ship didn't respond. No voice, no signal, nothing. Minutes passed. Then, without warning, the warship turned. Slowly, deliberately, it changed direction, pointing straight toward the Council's capital world. Panic broke out across the fleet. "It's coming toward us." "Should we attack, sir?" the officer shouted. Admiral Rin hesitated. His gut told him something wasn't right. The ship wasn't moving fast enough for an attack. It was observing. Watching them, he whispered, "Hold fire. I want to see what it does." But deep inside, he felt the same chill that spread across the galaxy that day. The kind of silence that comes only before something powerful awakens. For hours, the human warship moved silently toward the capital world. Alien fleets followed, forming a massive ring around it, weapons ready. Still, the ship made no move to attack. It was like a ghost gliding through space. Inside the Galactic Council chamber, tension was unbearable. Every monitor showed the same view, that silent, glowing human vessel. Delegates argued, shouted, and demanded answers. "Destroy it before it reaches the planet." One commander yelled. "No," said the Supreme Chancellor. "Not yet. It hasn't fired a single shot." Suddenly, the holographic screens flickered. A strange static sound filled the hall. Then a voice broke through, calm, deep, and unmistakably human. "We come not to fight. We come to warn." The chamber fell silent. No one moved. The message repeated. "We come not to fight. We come to warn." Admiral Rin stared at the transmission, confused. Warn us of what?" Before anyone could respond, all scanners detected strange readings behind the human ship. Giant energy waves rippled through space, dark, unstable, like something tearing reality apart. "Sir," a technician shouted, multiple signals appearing behind them. "I can't identify them." On the main screen, shadowy shapes emerged from the energy storm. Dozens of them, fast and hungry. The human voice returned, louder this time. They are coming. The swarm has awakened. You are not safe. The council chamber erupted in chaos. Some thought it was a trick. Others believed the humans were telling the truth, but deep down everyone could feel it. The humans were afraid. And if humans were afraid, then something truly terrible was coming. The dark space behind the human warship began to twist and shimmer. The energy waves grew stronger, flashing like lightning through the void. Then out of the distortion, huge shadow-like creatures appeared, black as night, moving like living storms. The galactic fleet panicked. Alarms screamed across every ship. The sky itself looked alive, crawling with shapes that defied logic. Some had wings, some looked like floating hives, and all of them were heading toward the capital world. Admiral Rin's voice trembled. What are those things? The human transmission came again, steady but filled with urgency. They are the swarm. We fought them. We failed. Now they are coming for you. The council chamber was chaos. Some delegates shouted for retreat. Others demanded to destroy the human ship. The Supreme Chancellor stood, his eyes wide. If this is true, we are all doomed. On the screen, the human warship's energy core flared to life. The blue veins across its surface pulsed faster. Dozens of smaller crafts detached from it, spreading out in formation. Unmanned drones armed with energy weapons. They're engaging the swarm, cried one officer. The aliens watched as the human drones opened fire, their energy beams cutting through the darkness. Explosions flashed like stars being born. But for every swarm creature destroyed, 2 more appeared. This is impossible, whispered Rin. How can anyone fight that? The human voice echoed once more. Unite your fleets, or your worlds will burn next. Silence filled the chamber again. Not from fear, but realization. The humans weren't here to invade. They were here because something worse had followed them, and now it was already here. The council chamber trembled as the battle raged outside. Screens showed the human ship fighting alone, its drones darting like fireflies around the monstrous swarm. Every explosion painted the void with blue and red light, but inside the chamber, unity began to break. Fear turned to anger. This is a trick, shouted one alien leader. Humans brought this swarm here to scare us. Another delegate banged his fist. They are manipulating us again, just like the old wars. The Supreme Chancellor tried to calm them, but chaos had already started. Secretly, a powerful alien faction known as the Varn sent a coded command to their hidden fleet. They would destroy the human ship themselves, and prove that humanity was still the enemy. Moments later, without warning, 5 Varn cruisers appeared near the battlefield. They launched plasma missiles directly at the human warship. Admiral Rin screamed, "Cease fire!" That's not authorized, but it was too late. The missiles struck. A flash of light covered everything. Yet when the glow faded, the human ship was still there. Not a single mark on its surface. Instead, an invisible energy wave rippled outward. All 5 Varn ships went dark. Dead in space, systems completely disabled. The human ship did not fire back. Instead, its voice echoed through every comm channel. We do not seek war, but we will defend ourselves. The silence that followed was heavier than any explosion. Even the swarm paused for a brief moment as if watching. Inside the council, everyone stared at the Chancellor. Shame filled the room. The humans had just shown mercy, while the galaxy had shown fear. The swarm spread across the stars like a living shadow. Thousands of alien ships floated in fear, unsure what to do next. The human warship stood alone between the darkness and the galactic capital, its engines glowing like a sun. Inside the council chamber, the Supreme Chancellor rose to his feet. His voice trembled but carried strength. Enough hiding. If humanity can stand, so can we. Admiral Rin nodded, his eyes fixed on the battle. Order every ship to form up beside the humans. For the first time in history, every alien fleet united. Hundreds of ships aligned with the lone human vessel. The void filled with light, reds, blues, greens, every color of every world shining together. The human commander's voice came through the speakers. This is not the end of your galaxy. This is the beginning of our stand. And then it began. The united fleets fired together, beams of pure energy cutting into the swarm. The sky burned bright with explosions. The human warship released its core energy, a massive blue pulse that tore through the enemy ranks. The swarm screamed, its dark forms collapsing one by one. Minutes felt like hours. The battle shook the stars themselves. But slowly, the darkness faded. The swarm was gone. When the silence returned, the alien ships turned their lights toward the human vessel in silent respect. Inside the council, the Chancellor bowed his head. "Today, humanity saved us all." The human commander replied softly, "No, today we saved each other."